My name is Jordan Brumfield. This is my interview for the oral assignment for my history books class. This is my interviewee. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Z. Gary. I'm a nursing major here at USM. I'm a junior, and I start nursing school next semester.
Okay. The first question is, what is your favorite book?
Okay, my favorite book is a book called Cradle and All by James Patterson. It has a lot of dark themes and a mysterious background, and it's kind of a mystery thriller type. So yeah.
Why is it your favorite book?
It's my favorite book because it tackles a lot of Christian values, and I have to really tell you what the book is for me to explain why it's so good. So I'm going to give a brief synopsis. Basically, these two girls claim that they're the Virgin Marys, and we go throughout this book with this investigator who's been called into this town to figure out if they're lying or if they actually are like the givers of Jesus, second come Jesus. So you go into the book hearing both of their sides of their stories, and it's really, really interesting. And then there's a big plot twist at the end. But yeah, that sense of like thrill and excitement that you get from reading it and not knowing and being as in the dark as the investigator is really, really good. And then in the end, you end up finding out that one of the girls was raped. The way she got pregnant was she was sexually assaulted, and then a man took his sperm after sexually assaulting her and impregnated her that way. And she didn't have any recollection of it because she was passed out. And then the second girl, oh my God, so interesting. Second girl, she did get pregnant by no one, but her baby was not the baby of Jesus, it was the baby of the devil. And there was supposed to be themes of just like, not even like the Christian community and how corrupt it can be, and then how corrupt like the justice system is revolving around sexual assault and stuff like that. So that was very interesting. But just that dark thrill that James Patterson brings to some of his books, I really enjoy.
What lesson would you say the book teaches?
I think the book teaches, on one front, it's like a Me Too movement, like believe victims and stuff like that. And then on another front, I think the destigmatization of, is that a word? Destigmatization?
Yes.
Destigmatization of victims, especially sexual assault victims, is like a big thing. That not telling when you got sexually assaulted because first of all it's embarrassing, and then some people don't like believe you. And I believe the person who did sexually assault her was like this big pillar in the community, so she didn't want to, yeah. So and then also with the whole Christianity and your purity and surrounding babies and marriage and stuff, it was a big thing for them to think that it was Jesus' baby and not the devil. Like it couldn't be something other than Jesus' baby because of the recollection that they have with their histories. So for it to actually be the devil's baby, and this is like about the ending of the world, oh, it was so good. But those lessons are just like, there's an extremist and then there's like a spectrum to everything. So they were on the extremist side, and sometimes when you go to the extremist side, you can cloud your own mind and you can make these assumptions and they're not the assumptions without doing proper investigations. And that's what the investigator was trying to do, but nobody in the town wanted to listen. It was like, yeah, it's Mary the Virgin. So yeah, themes of believing victims, Me Too, extremists in religion, and all that stuff is really good.
Do you think the book has an intended audience?
I definitely do. I think the intended audience would have to be, well, first off, young adult. That's what's on the book cover, young adult. But more than that, I think people who would find this book interesting would have to be those who question everything, because we get the lens of the investigator who is asking these questions. She's coming out of town to this town she don't know, and these people acting weird. They talking about they got two Virgin Marys, and she's like, why would you think you got two Virgin Marys? Don't make no sense. They ain't got nothing to do with science. And they're like, oh, this ain't got nothing to do with science. So like people who question everything, people who may not be religious, or people who are religious and still question things. I feel like this is a good book for them. Or anyone. I definitely don't think it would be good for someone who's like just getting into religion, or someone who is devout Christian. I feel like they may find a little bit of offense to it. But someone who is open and unbiased to their audience.
Who would you suggest this book to, and why would you suggest it?
I would suggest this book to everybody, to be honest. I think you should read it. This goes for you too, y'all as well. I feel like everybody should read this book. It's really good. It's especially young people, like, because I know a lot of us get a lot of our religious views from our parents, or like what's around us, peers and stuff like that. So to be questioned and to see a book where questioning is happening and people don't listen to the questioning, and then that turns out to be the downfall of them, I feel like that's really important. But just free thinkers, people who may need to think a little harder, anybody in question or anything like that.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Absolutely. Thank you for interviewing me.